Hey y'all, good morning, good morning, good morning. This Saturday morning, this is your girl, Dr. T. I'm coming to you because what? It's time for coffee with me, right? How are you? I just wanted to say, thank you for following, thank you for watching, thank you for commenting, thank you for asking questions about your businesses, and thank you for joining me on Saturdays, right? Because it's early, y'all. It's early, and especially if girls in school. So I am pushing myself to come to you this morning. I could have just put a old video in the feed, but I really wanted to talk about um, this topic as we continue to talk about, the power of you as an entrepreneur, right? So, it's just so important. So I'm your girl, Dr. T. I have created this platform to be able to come to you and talk to you and just get a little personal. This is a time where we can now just kind of wind down and just talk. Why? Because I'm reminded of my best friend who, as we matured and got older with our families and our husbands and children and work and things of that nature, we found that Saturday mornings was a time to come together. So this is why I started. Her name is Tisha. Hey, Tish. And this is why we start. This is why I started Coffee with Dr. T. But the other reason is because I just wanted you to see a different side of me, and as your sustainable business coach, I'm always talking business, but now let's talk a little bit. Let's try to integrate your personality and um, your personal brand with your business, right? So that's one of the things. So today I'm reminded it is Spellman Morehouse, Spellhouse. Shout out to my Spellhouse family. Shout out to class of 1990. This is our homecoming weekend, and due to Corona, we can't have our homecoming. So I'm reminded that this morning is a time when we are either preparing for our homecoming parade and all that good stuff. So I miss you guys. This would have been a pinnacle year for us in our 30th um, our 30th class reunion, but also just getting together with our alma maters. So let's get started. So one of the things that I think is crucial when we talk about how to extend yourself without overextending yourself, okay, as an entrepreneur. So a lot of times we're moving, and we actually kind of do ourselves harm. We do more harm than good, okay? So, for example, now we're talking about coffee with your girl, Dr. T. Let's talk about how having coffee or just taking that time to have tea or coffee or sitting down is a way for you to extend your business without overextending. Okay. So, one of the things that sitting down and having coffee can do is it allows you to connect. Okay. So, for me, there's a few ways that you can connect. You can connect with another person, or you can kind of connect with yourself. Okay. So you can say, hey, let's connect over coffee, right? Because you have a business idea, you want to see how things go or whatever. Let's connect over coffee. That's fine, right? Or you can say, hey, I need to just slow down and I need to have a cup of coffee and I need to just be by myself, right? So that's kind of where we are. And then you can get to ask yourself, right? So when you're meeting with somebody, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a colleague, maybe it's a potential business person, right? Or person that you're going to do business with, right? So this is a time to reflect and ask yourself, how are you? So I'm going to ask you that. How are you today? It's been a struggle for me, you know, but how are you today? How are things going? How are you feeling today? How are you? And these are the things that you can do to kind of say, okay, because when you're connecting, right? I'm saying, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Answer me. How are you really doing? And be honest about it, right? And then that starts that conversation, you know? Again, it allows you having coffee or tea, it allows you to slow down, right? It allows you to slow down. As an entrepreneur, if you are of the mind like me, I'm always thinking. I'm always trying to figure out the next step. I'm always trying to figure out, where are we going? So having coffee or having tea allows you in this moment to slow down and to remind yourself to really look within yourself. Okay. So that's one of the things. So, how do you extend yourself without overextending? You're still in business. So, you need to connect, you need to slow down a little bit. Okay. And then it allows you to share ideas with others. So, when you're having coffee, or let's say with your friends are your biggest supporters, and they may be the ones that say, hey, you know, Dr. T, you're doing too much. Don't go on live today. Like they told me don't go on live this morning, but I really needed to connect with you guys this morning because I have I have a paper I'm trying to do. It's due Monday, and it's been a struggle, but it's okay. And so it's a time to share ideas, right? So you may be able to somebody may be able to be a sounding board for you, right? So that you can say, "Hey, this is where we're trying to go." Okay? And they can either say that sounds like a good idea, you need to work on that idea, or you need to scrap that idea. Or not scrap it, but maybe think about another way of integrating it, right? And then, having coffee or just relaxing adds your uniqueness. So I felt as though Coffee with Dr. T was a unique way to come to you, to have you see a different side of me, right? To have you see how important it is to share ideas, to be genuine about caring for others. And so I care about you. I care about your business. I care about your life. I care about, where you're going. And that's always been me. And so even in this, today was supposed to be our homecoming. I care about my fellow classmates because this has been a struggle for us, in our pinnacle year. But this is what makes me unique. So what makes you unique? You can now integrate in your business, right? You can integrate in your business. So I'm just giving an idea for the fellas, right? If you, I know cigars are big and everything. Maybe you can have something where your cigars. I won't be. I mean, I can watch, but I will never be in the room because I can't. You would have to take me to the hospital with all that smoke. But I'm just saying, and just be unique. And coffee, of course, has some caffeine, so it kind of picks you up and wakes you up, right? So these are some of the things that you can do when you start talking about um, what can you do to extend yourself without overextending. But then I'm going to flip to the other side. You ready? It has this added value. Who's on this morning? Say, hey, what's up? Did you get your coffee? What's going on? So again, this is the power of you. I'm still kind of talking about the power of you and how you can, do that. Say what's up to your girl, Dr. T. What's going on? How are you guys this morning? So now let's talk about don't want to overextend yourself, right? So we talked about coffee, because that's just me. And how sitting down with coffee and just having that way to connect, to slow down, to share ideas, to be unique, and to give it, and that coffee gives you some boost, right? The other side now is, you know, when you're doing this, you don't want to overextend. So you definitely want to lean on your support system and what that is, right? So your support system can be your business partner. Your support system can be your immediate family. Your support system can be your friends. Your support system can, be. I know for me, I'm working on some other things that are happening around my office. So my support system right now is the city of Philadelphia. you know, because although I know homelessness is real, we're starting to get some of that in the neighborhood, and I just want to help out, right? Just want to make sure that people are safe, our businesses are safe. So those are some of the things. And then the other thing is hire somebody, so that you're not overextending yourself. Now we're in a time where, you may not be able to hire, but there might be an opportunity for maybe somebody to do limited hours or maybe even volunteer for a minute, because they just want to do something and they want to get out, look for somebody to possibly volunteer in your office. Okay. Or check out the academy. We have different classes and things of that nature. If you need some coaching, hit me up and we can put together a coaching session for you. So those are some of the things to you can have to extend to have some hands. If you matter of fact, I've been getting people to say, "Hey, who's doing your videos?" I've been doing them, so maybe you need help with doing videos. I can, definitely send you a link for that. So maybe you can learn how to do them on your own, or I can do it done for you and we can talk about that as well. And then staying positive. That's the other thing about not overextending. A lot of times we can get into the negative space, and I don't want you to be there. So, how do you get out of those negative spaces? How do you talk about um, just, trying to stay positive? It's hard, very, very hard. I'm not going to say that it's easy, right? It is hard to try to stay positive, within this whole scheme of things. So when you have that, you just want to be sure that you can kind of stay positive. So what do you do to stay positive? Affirmations, talking with people that's going to keep you positive. Get rid of the junk. You know, um, if you have too many negative people around you, you don't want that, especially in this time. Or maybe staying positive can mean help somebody in this time, right? You may want to help somebody in this time. Um, and lastly, just to remember that in order to grow, there's going to be difficulties. The struggles in your business, the struggles in your life are examples of how you will grow, right? Because as you move on in life, that's going to happen. I always say to my kids, like, oh, this is hard. This is struggle. You're going to struggle. Don't don't keep putting in your head that everything has to be easy. I found that I probably post a little bit later, but I found like, we are on a roller coaster in our lives and in our businesses. It's not always going to be honky dory, and we don't want people to think that it's a bed of roses all the time. Okay, so I just want you to realize that it's not going to be a bed of roses all the time. Look at what we're in now. We're not even a bit in a bed of roses right now, and I can't even begin to say that everything is hunky dory. Everything is 100%. It's not always going to be 100%. So when you do that, you just need to like kind of pull yourself through that and understand that it's impossible to grow. I'm going to put that up there. It's impossible to grow without difficulties. You're going to have them. So, and then let's tie that all in with a little bow. And when you have those difficulties, have a cup of coffee. Come in at 8 o'clock on a Saturday and talk with me. What are you doing? What do you want to do? How are you trying to show up? Right? How are you trying to show up as a CEO? How are you trying to build your brand now? So looking at all of this with connecting, slowing down, share your ideas, be unique, have a cup of coffee, lean on your support, um, hire extra people, ask Dr. T, I can do it done for you, or we can, sit down and talk. My goal is really to help you stay positive, and remember that it's impossible to grow. Um, without difficulties, and when we're in this, when we're in that, we're like, how is that going to be? How are we really going to process everything, right? Why? Because I provide you with sustainable business solutions, and you have to have You have to continue to think, you have to continue to process, and you have to do that. And I'll tell you why. I really break it down even more. Your car. If you have a car, you have an engine in that car. You as that entrepreneur are that engine, right? And you sometimes have to go in for tune-ups, right? You have to go in for tune-ups. So you as that engine have to now go in for a tune-up. You may even struggle. That car may have a light come on, and that indicates a problem. It's okay to have a problem. Just set in that to think about how are you going to solve that problem. Struggling is real. Struggling is part of growth. Struggling is only going to make you better, right? And I don't want you to sit in that struggle. I want you to push through that struggle. All right. So, and with that, if you were just joining us, I've talked about, connecting, slowing down, sharing your ideas, being unique, and, have a cup of coffee, right? So thank you for joining us today with, Coffee with Dr. T. And I just wanted to remind you to head on over to the academy at medismybiz.org. See what's in there. There's a few free things that are up there now. One are checklists, some are other videos that you can catch to help you in your business. So go over there, get some of those. Become a member. If you're an entrepreneur, remember I said have um, hire somebody to extend, become a member. This way, you can use the Sustainable Business Platform to be able to utilize some of the tools that we have, that you're not overextending yourself. And then the other one is lean on your support to help you stay positive. And just remember that here at Sustain Your Biz Academy, we are here for you. So if you need anything, I can put together a done for you project that we can work on together, and that we can push through that. But Coffee with Dr. T on Saturdays is just a way for me to ask, how are you? How are you doing? Where are you right now? Because that's what my best friend and I do. That's what we're doing. We on Saturday mornings, it's how are you? How was your week? And then bring in some ideas of how you're going to get through the next week. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Again, say hello, say hello, say hello. And if you have any other ideas, if you have any questions on how to um, lean on support or connect, slow down, sometimes slowing down, just sit down and binge out on Netflix. That's what I did a little bit yesterday, that kind of cleared my head, and just be you. I can't tell you how important that is in just being yourself. You will find so much joy in being yourself. And you will find so many times in your business how you will hear, thank you for being you. That's just it. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to move past or to, look at the Kardashians or don't yeah, be you. And if you are a Kardashian, be the best, right? If you are that type of person, don't try to hide that. If you are like that, do that. If you are somewhat an introvert and you don't think that you can still have a business, that's not true. You can still have a business. You just may need to hire somebody that's you just might need to hire people that's a little hyper than you. That's all, you know. Or your business is catered toward introverts, you know. So don't think that because you are a different breed or you have a different thing that you have to transform into, other people. You don't have to do that. Be you. And I'm going to close with that because I think somebody needed to hear that today. Be you, and your business will grow. And don't forget, you won't grow if you think that you're not going to struggle, you know? And as a Christian business owner, I say that all the time, because, life is hard. And so we want you to understand that, right? And connecting with others is so important in this time. I know that people are probably zoomed out, but that's our way of connecting, right? Find other ways of connecting. And now things are starting to open up. So just figure out another way of connecting, and even slow down in this minute. I know for me, this actually helped me to slow down so that I can create stuff for you. I would not have thought that that was going to be it. Um, and this is just a way for me to be able to say, hey, what's going on with you as an entrepreneur? How are you as an entrepreneur? What help do you need as an entrepreneur? And if I can provide that help, I will. If I can't, I'll refer you to somebody else. Is nothing different than how I do my practice, right? So this is a time on Saturday mornings again for us to connect, say hey, say what's going on. If this added value to you today, type V for value. If you are watching this on replay, click replay. If you are in business and you create products, t-shirts, mugs, or whatever, hit your girl up so I can use this platform to support you, um, and wear your stuff, and just have a great day. And hopefully, we can join again next Sunday. I probably will just post some things on Monday for lives. Um, if I get this paper done by tomorrow, we'll be good. If not, then we'll just have to figure something else out. Um, yeah, so I'll see you guys. I'm getting ready to call my best friend right now once I get off of here, because this is why I created Coffee with Dr. T. And why? Because I want you to win in this season. What does winning mean? Welcoming in the new you, investing in yourself, and to never, never give up on you. So again, I'm asking the question, how are you? Don't extend yourself. Listen to these tips and you will be better. All right. Take care. Bye bye.